And the diamond cutting is something very simple like this. Everything we do now or everything we think now will be the impact in the future. So it may be not tomorrow, but it may be in the next few weeks or the next few years. And that is the law. So which means that this is will happen. And therefore we have to learn about this kind of principles in life. And of course, everybody wants to be happy. And for me, it's about me to be happy. And it's also about my family to be happy. So this is also the breakthroughs. So now if you see the dreams as the island far away, and the ocean country will be the bridge. And along the bridge here, I started to build my pillar. Because the bridge have to stand on something in order to sustain. That's why I will go to the next things is the pillar. So now you just help me to imagine we have an island and then we have the bridge. Now let's go to the pillar of the bridge. It's about the goals. Because the reason why we have to we need to have a goals because the goal will be easier to achieve comparing to the breakthroughs. The breakthrough is still something that you cannot achieve now, but the goal is something that you can achieve in a certain time, which means that we can really see the progress and the journey for us to achieve the goal. But the most important thing is we have to align the goal with the breakthroughs or the goals with the hosting country. And this is the concept of Japanese people. They want to have the alignment. And many people using the hosting countries as the strategy planning tool, in which they will say, in the next 10 years or in the next 5 years, what is the breakthrough the company want to accomplish? And from the breakthrough, they will say, in order to achieve these breakthroughs, what is the goals? And the goals should be specific. So for me, my goals to support my hosting country is to become a corporate gender. And that's why I have a chance to network with John, and that's why I am having the honor to share with you at the moment. Another goal for me is about a portfolio investor. Another one is to continue my journey as the Buddhism followers. And as something like I want to provide international school for kids because I have 2 kids, purchase a family car, become the best of the department head in the zone as well. So I always put the goal is a little bit higher for me to wake up every day. And now we can see the relation between the goal and the hosting country. So for example, if I click the hosting country here, like this one is, I want to use this one because this makes sense for everybody. So this is the hosting country, and under the hosting country, I can see at the moment, I have 3 goals, and I think that if I achieve one of the goals here, which means that I have more progress to accomplish my hosting country. And you can easily to understand the hosting country is the bigger goals for you to easy to follow. And of course, we have the goals. Now we have to break down into the projects because the project is more manageable than the goals. Like if I want to become the corporate gender, so the first thing I have to do is to deliver the first corporation cost because that is something that I can manage now together with the support from the VSHR and John. I can do this one, and that's the project. And the project is more manageable scope of work. And the project we have the start and the end, which means that we have the definite timeline and a specific project for goal for the project. But we understand that the project will contribute to the goals. And now under the lower level of the project is a task, because now I will go to my my project here, because you can see the total alignment. And this is become my project. And the name of this project is to deliver the first corporation cost. And here the system allow me to make some data. And later on, I will explain why the data is important in the Notion. So here I can make the choice, oh, this is the personal project or this is my Siemens project, because I want to have a clear understanding in order to balance the workload. And I can say, oh, this is what is the urgency. And here and here, and this is the progress, etc. And once again, when I'm inside the project environment, and then I look up. Oh, don't forget, this project will help me to become the corporate trainer. And now I can see that not only become the corporate trainer, the project will help me to be closer to my financial freedom. And that's why I have my project as like a unit. So now everything will come back to the project, and the project is the unit that I had to focus at the moment in order to achieve my goals and 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 then achieve my hosting country. And inside the project, we will have a template. And later on, I will walk through you about the template. The template is very flexible. Everybody can set up your own template. So I have my own template. And we don't need to copy each other about the template, but we can create our own templates as well. But the principle is still the same, because this is the principle that I wake up every day. So I have a dreams. From the dreams, I define my dreams with the hosting country. From the hosting country, I break down the hosting country to the annual goals. So this could be 1 to 3 years, because the goal should be 3 years. Otherwise, the goal on 1 year, then we can call it as a project. No need to define as the goal. And now I will come to the next definition. It's about ikigai. And ikigai is something that this is maybe for me, but no need to apply for everybody. This is just the option for everybody to apply. And ikigai is also another way of thinking from the Japanese, because I have a long time working for the Japanese company as well. And this is ikigai. So in the ikigai, it's a long story, but in short, it's about the questions, and you have to answer the questions over the time, because today you have the answer, and tomorrow you will change your answer to be more about yourself. And for me, I will ask, what do I love doing? What is my passion? And the way too easy to understand about what I love doing is about, if the people don't pay me, still do I do it? For example, if the people don't pay me, for Siemens doesn't pay me, but I still learning, I still traveling, I still teaching. And this is why, because this is I love doing. And another layer of thinking is what I'm good at. And this is about the system thinking, this is about organization. And as you see, this is the result of the system thinking. So why my workshop about Notion will be different from the other? Because the Notion in and itself is the tool. And this is a beautiful tool. Everybody can have the different application on the same tool. But the people with good system thinking will create a better system in Notion. And the Notion is not a fixed thing, like this is the one note. So I will open the note. So the note is just that. It's just a very close environment. But the Notion here, the note is you have the book, and inside the book you have the section, and inside the section you have the page as in the note. But the Notion in itself is in the database. And what I call it at the database, so I will just have a very quick explanation to you about the database to make sure that the database, you just imagine the database just like an Excel, when we have the column, and we have the column, and we have the rows, just like Excel. And inside each cell, we have the data, and the data from this cell can connect to the database from another cell. So which means that inside the Notion, you can have many databases. But the beautiful is you can make the connection between those databases. So you can see here, the project list, actually this is the database. And the result list, also another database. And the action items, also another database. But the way we design the Notion is how we connect the database until we have the total workflow. And this is the workflow. And that's why I explained to you about the Ikigai and why Ikigai important. Now I will open back the project in order to explain why Ikigai is important. So let's just like here, we come back to our project, the same project for easily to understand. And this is my Ikigai. So here, this is the challenge for me to ask why I should proceed this project. And I will pick up here. And this is the keyword for me to reflect to my Ikigai. It's about me love learning, teaching. It's about being good at the system thinking, and it's about me good at love traveling, good at organizing, and have the passion to lead. And here, everything is the hint for me. This is the projects that I can leverage my ikigai, and it's very important for me because when you reach to a certain level in your life, you will have several options to choose. But you have to choose wisely, and that's why the ikigai is as the filter. Because with the ikigai, I make sure I embed the ikigai in the system because I want to make sure that the ikigai will help me to be maximized for my potential, and and therefore I make sure the projects will have the biggest chance to be successful. And when I successfully finish these projects, which means that I complete partly of the goals. And because I complete the goals, which means that I closing my hosting country, and therefore I I'm walking towards my dreams every day. And now this is the later one when I talk to you about daily. The later one I will talk to you on the daily. And now because we are talking about the projects and the project alone is not working. We're talking about the action. So let's review what is the action that I do for this project. And here this is the one of action is about the deliver the first draft training content, and this is the schedule, which means that this is the fixed date, which means that this is my determination to make it happen today. So this is the schedule. We have another prioritization we can talk about later, but let's focus on schedule. And this is DO, which means that this is the due date, not due date. This is the due date, and this is 30. And here, when I open this one, you see, I have my task, and this task happened today here. So again, this is something that I will lead me to the action zone. So you can imagine that now you have the whole system until the projects. Now I will jump to you to the action zone before I come back with the area and resource, because this is the workflow. I will go to the action zone because when I'm talking about the project, actually I'm talking about the action, because the project combined for the project is a task we need to complete in order to complete the project. So let's go back to our project. You see, I'm very flexible. I can go to the task, I can go back to the projects in just a few clicks. And now I can show to you what I already done for this. And this is the things that I started doing. First thing is, yeah. So it's the 12th October. So it's somewhere here. So this is the first task that I complete in order to move this one. And I can also say this is the first time I try to build a system in the Notion. So it's very easy for me to realize my journey. This is my journey step by step until now. And this is the to-do. And this is some notes. And in Notion, basically they can help me to store the files. And the Notion is also a note-taking app, which means that you can store the files, you can make the notes, you can make a note like it's something like this. So I will say that three something, and then we can start doing something. You can do that. This is the different level. This is the system. This is the database. So therefore, I will lead you to my action zone. And why is it my action zone? Okay, so it's already done. So the action zone is just a dashboard. Because the action zone is not the database that's on the action zone only, because the action zone, they will collect the data from the other system database as well. So here I have one thing that I want to do it quick. I already finished it. I click this one. You see, this is something now. This is what I have to present to now my credit because this is the end of the month. I schedule to make it the learning for ukulele. But actually, I can spend. I can do like this. Like I want to do this because I want to demonstrate to you that this is a very flexible system in which you can use, you can create, you can adjust every time you want. So this is for fun. You can adjust it like this. Yeah. And before I move on, I will also say to you this is another workspace, which means that I can have my system in the project management. I can have my system with my friend when we build a kind of a group in the company when we say about improving the productivity, improving the automation in order to achieve the 4 days per week in the company. So basically, I can have several workspace, and the beautiful of the Notion is I can collect the task from many other workspace into just my action zone because my action zone is my personal. And here you see I can have my 4 days per week. So very simple. I can create another one. And this is the life habit tracking. This is something that I will have to walk through. So if you remember about the hosting country, basically there's some projects that we need to do, but there are also some habits that we need to do. And here I have my habit checklist. But before I move to my habit checklist, let me come back to the hosting country, and then I will explain to you why we need the daily habit. Here, the hosting country. Now, everybody already have a very good understand. We have the breakthrough, we have the goals, we have the project, we have the task. So far, do you align with me about the flow from the hosting country to the task? And because we have the task, which means that we manage every day. But there's something that we need to do is the daily habit. So this very makes sense. You can see, in order to achieve this breakthrough, the financial freedom. Basically, every day I have to learn something new, or I have to read something, or I have to build a second brand, or I have to pursue my own goals. And therefore, I will make it as the checklist for my daily. So this is why I also design this one on my Notion. And later on, you can also decide your own as well. So this one is, for example, if today I already learn English, I will click this one. I will work out. I will make this example like this, or I can open this one, and then I can do it here. And here I have my template, and the template is basically the different way of representing. So with this template, I also embed some productivity principle in the template as well. So it's about the gratitude talk in the beginning. It's about the determination of your day. So what makes today is a great day for me? So today is a great day for me if I can offer you the good value for my first journey outside of the company. And here I also have some not to do list, and it also connect to my some database in which I can have a week. Or this is I'm going back late for this. I should not go going back late. I should go back the right time. And at the end of the day, I can check my number again because I'm very strictly on the diet. So I will score my diets from 1 to 5, and basically I use another app in my phone in order to keep track my nutrition as well. And I also ask what is the today for my winning. What is can spend only 50% of schedule, and I can only achieve about 40% of my goal for the day. So what is my plan? I can achieve only 40% of the project that I want to plan, and then I have to think, oh, this is not a good number. So please think a little bit. How can I improve it? So it's like maybe I have to change. I have to learn how to use Google Suite better because I'm living in a Microsoft, so that's why Google is something not my comfort zone. So, but maybe I do it, and later on I will go to the weekly one. But just remember that we have to key in some data from our daily habits. And very easy, I can have, this is up to everybody, but here I can have my quick look about tomorrow. So what is the things that I will do tomorrow? And for the manager, it's very important to keep an eye on what is the waiting list. And the definition of the waiting list is, as the manager, you're not doing everything by your own. You have to delegate, you have to coordinate, or you have to ask the support from the other departments. But you are still the responsible for the final result. And that's why I create the waiting list. The waiting list is something that will help me to remember that I should follow my colleague in the supply chain management about a purchase order for the lab laser installation in a project, etc. And the moment I create this list is the moment I feel relief in my brain, because I no need to be very hard for myself in order to remember the things that I need to follow the other. But for example, this one, I put it as the remember, but now I decided that on Monday, I will make the call to follow up this one. And therefore, I put it on Monday. So you can see this one on my Monday, November. And when you walk through on the calendar, this is the calendar, on this one, you will see the task again. And for example, this is my, yes, so this is the projects. This is one task that I want to remember, but somehow yesterday I cannot have enough time in order to finish the task. And then now I can make the decision. Should I continue to do this one? And if I say yes, then I should do it I should schedule it on Monday. So which means that's very easy for me to rebalance my workload and to make sure that I do not sleep. I do not forget anything. So here, now I know that because this is remember, but I already forgot one time. So I will make it as another immediate. So I improve the level of the urgency. So that's why I make sure that I will finish this one on Monday. And therefore you will see this is a robot system that will help me to do the things that I want to do and still no need to remember. The beautiful of the system is you do not need to remember every details, but the system already there to help you to remember. And that's why this is the beauty of the productivity, because the moment that you do not use your brain in order to remember stuff, so what do you use the brain for? Basically, you use the brain for creativity, to provide a solution, or to really become more about yourself. And therefore, this is the system that I love, because I no need to remember every details here, but the system already helped me to do so. And now I come to my project list. And here you see this is the project 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can say, oh, Don, it's not a very big burden for you. You just have 5 projects. But this is the trick, because this is the 5 projects for the last week, which means that this is my most focused one. And I will share to you my project list in the real look. So I can change the view this is C1 project. So which means that this one I can have a scene on. This is just a project for my company, for Siemens. But I can share to you my own project. And it's very easy for me to create a new personal project, something like that, you see. And I can select this one. Let's say this is personal project. So on this one, I want to select only the projects that is have the personal. I can make the filter and add the filter here. And the category and content is my personal, and therefore I only have the project in my personal. But this is not the point. The point is here I apply the agile management in the principle that I plan my projects. So the project will have the idea, the plan, the doing, the checking, and some other finish or the archive. Archive means that you are doing and then you decide you don't want to do it, you put it on the archive. But it's not finished yet. So here I already have 5 projects already finished. And now because this is the 5 projects, I can see this is the 5 projects here, because it's already on the checking. So for example, somehow today I cannot finish this corporate training as my so I can go back to doing. Just just imagine that's what happened. And when you go back, when you go back to here, you will see this project happened again in the doing. This was my doing last week because I already achieved 94%. That's why I know that this week, this is the task I have to do. This is 2 days. So that's why I move this project to the checking. And therefore, I can focus on the other project, which is the less progress. But this is the beautiful because on the weekly basis, I can review my project list again and I can decide what is the project, is the doing, and the system. This is the action now, which means that this helps me to pay the most focus on this one. But just imagine that this is the total system because everything already interrelated to everything. So the action that you want to do today, or you want to do tomorrow, or you want to follow up some people will help you to achieve your project. And the project already filtered by your ikigai, which means that this is the project that I make sure I have the advantage on that one. And therefore, I can improve my annual goals, coaching career, and dreams. And therefore, I can say that every day, I actually living my dreams because every day I have one step closer to my dreams. And people say that well, we should dream it. But I think that the challenge of the dream is actually follow the dream. Many people have dream, but I can say to you that I follow my dream every day because I have this system. And the last one I want to introduce before we move to the first exercise is about a weekly review. Do you remember that we already do the daily habit here? So the daily habits you see on the action zone is actually just the dashboard. The database actually is on this one, and this is my daily habit. So when you open, I will make a fake one for you to easily. So every day I open that. I can open on the action zone. No need to open here, and then I can say that. But maybe I should do it in the action zone to make it more relation to you. So for example, every day I open my action zone, and I will open this one because I'm already in the action zone. So the date already know this is today, 30th of December. So it's very easy for me. I no need to fill some data here, but I will say because I want to make, and I want to connect to the weekly database. So this is my mark to make sure that I can quickly recognize what is the current week. So this is the current week with the two arrow like this. I go to sleep late yesterday because I have a drink with Mr. Yati. He's my coach. We drink good time, so it's okay. I wake up a little bit late because this is automatically it calculates how many hours. And so basically, if I have I come here, I don't need to fill anything yet. So I come here, I just open the template, and the beautiful of the Notion is we can set up the template, and the idea behind the template is actually the workflow. And the idea behind the workflow is actually the productivity principle. So it's not only about the Notion, it's actually a lot of the principle behind the Notion that I bring here. So I want to be grateful for one thing every day. I want to make sure that I have one clear target every day. So this is something that helped me to walk through my day. And therefore, maybe I just delete this one, which is a demo. So you see that I can delete it easily. We no need to see it. And come to the weekly. So the weekly is actually is the moment that we review every week. So this is bi-weekly. This is the current week. Actually, at the moment, I can do bi-weekly right now. And because with my data, I can something that I can do like effectiveness. This is good or not good, but it's like, wow, this is a great week. So I just put number 5 here. And I also remind myself, what is the objective for this week? Set up Notion for my teams, deliver the training. Yes. So again, I will remind myself about my objective for this week. So this is very focused. This is the laser focus. And this is the formula. I know that the output average for my last week is 80%. So this is the formula. I do not fake it. And this is also my checklist. Okay, so let's see. Wow. So last week, I only have 50% on meditation, 50% on reading, and 50% on praying. So this is something that I need to really understand why. Maybe this is too much or something like that. This is the average is 7.1 sleep hour. If I sleep of above 7, that's okay. But if this week I sleep on only about 6 or 5, I need to calibrate my daily habits in order to ensure that I have more sleeping time. Yeah, this is not good nutrition. Something that I hate to also, and this is something that I can do. Like, what is the action that I already done for this week? And quickly, I can open this one, and you see this is all the system that I already done for the last week, and most of them is about the Notion. I can see this is a lot of Notion here, and very easy. I can click. I can fill here and maintenance here, and now I can manage my project as well. So yeah, so it's still very valid. So for example, this one I can go to checking, something like this, and I can say that this one I can do this one, for example, like this, something like this, and therefore I can finish. That's it. And for the next day, the Monday, or the I want to start the Monday. Everybody can have the different things. You can have a different one. But this one you can actually you can improve a little bit like this because I really want to have some beautiful picture. Wow, so but I choose this one to remind me that's it, the web design. Maybe this one. So you can see we can embed. You can embed the image. This is the priest. This is another tool in Siemens. So the priest, very clear. This is the priest, and this is the SIS project. This is the team members, etc. And this is the CDM, right? One of my tasks to do it.